We're here with Rocky Wirtz, owner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Going forward, the state of the league, there's talk about that there might be, could be a rocky summer on the labor front for the NHL.
No pun intended.
That's right. What can you say as an owner from that regard?
Well, I can tell you that the owners are very much united behind Gary Bettman. He's going to do the negotiating, and I can only talk about the Hawks, but I think hopefully the players are making more than they ever have before, and it's tied to league revenues, and league revenues are doing better. So I think that at the end of the day, everything's going to work itself out. But
well, what do you think the league learned from what we saw with the NFL and then with the NBA? NFL got theirs settled before the season started. NBA lost some games. What do you think? What can be learned from those situations?
Well, and then quietly Major League Baseball did theirs. So I think that what everyone learned is that fans have to be serviced, and the only way to service them is give them their games, and not just to take the easy way out. And I think that with cooler heads prevail both on the player side and from the owner side, I think you can come to some agreement.
But as an owner, as someone who's selling out the place and yet struggling to on the bottom line, do you think some alterations have to be made? Is it important for the owners to kind of get a better deal to make it more viable from a business standpoint?
Well, I can only, as I said, talk about Chicago. But if Chicago is not making money, there's plenty of teams underneath us as far as size that they have to be doing, having that much tougher. So all I know is there's 30 teams in the league. You can't play yourself, so that they all have to make money.
League, though, has so much momentum, great TV ratings, a lot of good storylines. Is it imperative to get this thing settled so that that the momentum continues, that there's not an interruption and going into 2012, 2013?
No, I mean that's something that the fans want. I mean, there's so many different ways, from streaming to watching it on your portable device, your phone, in some way, and they're starved for information and content, and that's what the Hawks are trying to give our fans, content every day. And the amount of views we have on our webpage and Blackhawk TV, and so it's something. And so yes, it's very important. But again, the old expression, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You're not going to just acquiesce just for the sake of acquiescing. I mean, these are long-term labor agreements, and you just have to make sure that you do the right ones.
You've been in this position now for a few years. What's your evaluation of how far the league has come during your tenure running the Blackhawks?
Well, I think that what you see is the league has grown, and you see more hockey than ever before. They have their new NBC agreement on television. I think that they've done a good job of using the old Versus to. I was critical that no one knew what Versus was, but I think that they've done a good job of producing the games and having hockey on a lot. I mean, the Blackhawks have had a number of games on that NBC SportNet, and I think that again that people get to see a lot, and it's good. So it's much better. You just look at the sales of the jerseys and the paraphernalia, and again how you can get information, and the league's done a good job of using the internet and social media to get their message out.
Rocky, thanks so much for coming in. Good luck with the playoffs and maybe another parade on Michigan Avenue.
Ed, thank you, and from your mouth to God's ears.
Thank you.